Hello you guys, we meet again. This video theme is best upcoming gacha games in summer 2022. Meanwhile, it also includes some games news in closed beta and soft launch period. So, without further ado, enjoy our list of the best upcoming gacha games later. First, Alice Fiction. Puzzle gacha RPG Alice Fiction just has its release date announced. The game will release on July 27, 2022 for Android and iOS devices. Alice Fiction is securing over 900,000 pre-registrations in over a month. The game will be releasing simultaneously in both Japan and global. The game is developed and published by WonderPlanet, the developer of Crash Fever. For those who are unaware, Alice Fiction is described as a high-speed puzzle RPG. While the tile-matching gameplay is reminiscent of games like Tower of Saviors, the battles are presented in a traditional turn-based RPG style, with characters carrying out attacks and activating abilities in view of the player. Furthermore, Alice Fiction will also have a collab with rhythm game Cytus 2. On August 10th, Cytus 2 players can play a remixed version of Unreality Escape for free. Next, E.T.E Chronicle. Bilibili Games' upcoming MechaGirl 3D shooter, E.T.E Chronicle is holding a closed beta test on July 30th. The closed beta test is open to 2,000 players split on iOS and Android, and registration for the game's CBT is available on the game's official website by signing in with your Bilibili account or by email. E.T.E Chronicle is an action game with an anime style. Apparently, the game will have a futuristic design, and you will assume the role of commander of a special group of fighters. The developers position this game as an RPG, so you should expect a gacha with knocking out rare waifs, pumping them, as well as dates for certain achievements. E.T.E Chronicle is an interesting mobile game in the RPG genre. The game offers a fascinating adventure for a single player. The main style of the project is anime, which means that the player should expect cute waifus with an emphasis on teenage and adult audience. Also, this project draws inspiration from genres like third-person gacha. E.T.E Chronicle has been developed by Bilibili Inc. Next, Tower of Fantasy. Tower of Fantasy combines many genres and themes: action RPG, roguelike, sci-fi, fantasy, and post-apocalypse. So that you understand the scope of the project, this was not a complete list. In the story, people find a new source of energy and build a fantasy tower to hold it. But it turns out that the energy emits radiation that harms people and turns them into monsters. Tower of Fantasy is a different kind of action games. The game offers a fascinating adventure for a single player. Story takes place in a quite unusual fantasy world with many interesting events. Also, this project draws inspiration from genres like MMORPG, open world, post-apocalyptic games, roguelike, beautiful games. Tower of Fantasy has been developed by Level Infinite. On this page you will find all the information about this game, namely the release date, platforms, videos and screenshots, publications and more. Tower of Fantasy is a mobile MMO that is considered by some as an alternative to Genshin Impact. Today on June 20th, the devs have opened the testing servers for Android and PC gamers. The test will end in 5 days, and the game is still not supported on iOS devices. It should be noted that officially Tower of Fantasy is available in Indonesia, Thailand, Brazil, the US, and Japan. The PC version of Tower of Fantasy weighs around 20 gigabytes. Maybe the Android version is the same. So be quick because the number of sits is limited. Today, the devs will end registration, so the only option would be to download the game outside official markets. Next, Octopath Traveler, CotC. Octopath Traveler, Champions of the Continent is a single-player RPG that happens to be free to play. The in-app purchases listed on the App Store include different ruby sets and special item sets. If you'd like to try it out at launch on July 27th, you can get pre-order it on the App Store for iOS here and pre-register for it on Google Play for Android here. I'm interested to see how this one does when it arrives late next month, mostly just to see how the gorgeous aesthetic scales on a good high-resolution display. Did you play Octopath Traveler on PC or Nintendo Switch, and are you looking forward to Octopath Traveler, Champions of the Continent? A new story unfolds in the world of Urstera. Enjoy high-quality graphics, engaging combat, and storytelling akin to Octopath Traveler in this prequel optimized for mobile devices. Features HD 2D, evolved pixel art 2D pixel art, enhanced with 3D CG effects, brings the wondrous world of Urstera to life with beautifully stylized environments filled with side quests, dangerous bosses, and treasures. Strategic and exhilarating combat and evolved command-style battle system utilizes up to 8 party members, with swipe controls that allow for fast-paced command selection. A massive roster with over 64 characters at launch. Explore an endless combination of characters to build your ultimate team. Pick the right team for the right fight and reign victorious on the battlefield. Next, Cherry Tail. Taiwan-based developer Neversoft has announced Cherry Tail, its upcoming RPG for the Android and iOS platforms. This RPG supposedly reimagines the classic fairy tales, not unlike what SINOLIC does, although nowhere as grim or bleak. The game is tentatively scheduled for a launch in summer 2022, although there doesn't seem to be any pre-registrations open, which is fairly unusual for a game of this nature. Next, Argent Twilight. Nexon announced that the brand new mobile game Argent Twilight, Secret of the Dark Orbs, developed by Nexon Korea, will begin a pre-registration event ahead of its limited release in Malaysia and Canada. Argent Twilight is a turn-based strategy, character collecting RPG. The game includes a roster of more than 300 heroes with unique skills, areas of effect, and movement abilities to use to defeat foes and other players alike. With a unique, 3D anime-style aesthetic, Argent Twilight aims to be reminiscent of a playable, action-packed anime. Besides the main story in which players will unravel the secrets of the Dark Orbs, there are hidden side stories and supporting conversations. Players can also participate in the Resolute Battlefield, a PvP mode where they engage in tactical combat, conquests, intense boss battles awarding high-grade gear, and more. Next, Cross Summoner R. The remake of the 2014 mobile game, Cross Summoner is back as Cross Summoner R, and it already has a public beta available for lucky players on Android. Players hoping to play the Cross Summoner R on iOS will still be able to pre-register for the game, but can't participate in the beta. The beta is only available for players in Canada and the UK. Cross Summoner R is a remake of the original Cross Summoner mobile game that launched in 2014 and ended in April 11, 2016. The remake features improved graphics, an updated user interface, and additional features including an auto-attack function and skill cooldowns to help make combat easier. Next, Cat Planet. The public testing of Cat Planet had begun on July 20th. For now, you can pre-download the client to start with the first wave of testers. Cat Planet is a cute anime game with waifus that have cat ears. The main menu greets you with a calm music where you can spend your 10 free pulls. The characters differ in terms of their rarity, an element that lets you counter opponents. Fights are turn-based and automatic, with cool special effects and animations. By completing missions, players get resources to level up their waifu and increase the account level. Arknights. Endfield is a new real-time 3D RPG with strategic elements by HYPRGRYPH. Lead the Protocol Field Recovery Department. Take on various missions. Explore the frontiers. As already earlier indicated by their use tags on Bilibili, Famitsu's 2-page feature on Arknights, Endfield confirms that the game will be free to start with in-app purchases. Prior to the official teaser announcements, there were numerous leaks and rumors swirling around claiming the game to be a premium title and or a third-person shooter, among other things. Considering its status of being early in development, tangible news sounds unlikely, but stay tuned. Next, Aether Gazer. The global version of Aether Gazer has officially been confirmed. The game will be coming to North America, Europe, and SEA in Q4 2022. If you aren't aware, E.T.E is developed by Youngshire and published by Yostar, both of which have worked on the gacha phenomenon known as a lane. However, unlike a lane, E.T.E is an action RPG, more akin to Punishing Grey Raven and Honkai Impact 3rd. E.T.E is set in an apocalyptic dystopia with high-quality 3D graphics and a bold story. With human consciousness hanging in the balance, players will be forced to act with skill and precision to stop the chaotic spread of evil and save the future of humanity. Well, that's all for today. If you have any other games that you're interested in, please leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching. You guys are really cool. Thanks so much, everyone. Have yourself a fantastic day and see ya.